The game of chess, a game of intellect, a game of strategy, a game of cerebral battle. An old game, an ancient game, a revered game. But is there a side to chess that we have till now been unaware of? A kinky side. Yes, indeed, folks. Chess. I'm sure we all know what chess is. I'm sure a lot of us even play chess. I've been known to play a game here and there myself, though I'm by no means very adept at the game. Now, I even enjoy watching some chess games on occasion, the whole strategic battle of wits. But something has popped up here which is surprising, shall we say. It's a little headline that I saw, and you know I like to bring these little nuggets to your attention, because these are the things you need to know in order to better navigate your way through the ever-increasing lunacy of the world coming. So let's hop on straight without any further ado to the Metro. And here is a headline that I'm sure you didn't expect to see when you woke up today. Chess world rocked by rumours of anal beads and artificial intelligence.
Oh my god!
Yes. Oh yes. This is a piece here by sorry if I don't do a good service to your name, Anugraha Sundaravelu. Did my best. Let's see what she has to say. There's a picture there of this is Magnus Carlsen. He's the world champion, I believe. He's been at the top of the game, along with some others, for the past number of years. He's a well-respected, well-known, and well-recognisable figure in the chess world. I have seen some of his stuff here and there. As I said, I'm not particularly engaged in the whole chess world, but I'm more engaged today than I would normally be after reading that headline. Okay, let's just dive in and see where it leads us. The world of chess has been rocked by the biggest scandal in years, and it involves artificial intelligence. Well, okay, I can see where that goes, and how that might apply to chess, and anal beads. Now that's the bit I didn't see coming. Last week, world chess champion Magnus Carlsen, that gentleman there, Magnus Carlsen withdrew from a major tournament with a $350,000 prize money after his unexpected defeat by an underdog, Hans Neiman. Norway's Carlsen announced his withdrawal in a cryptic tweet with a video implying that Neiman had cheated. Frowned upon with the chess boys and girls. The tweet was accompanied, the tweet was accompanied by a video of Portuguese soccer manager Jose Mourinho, another lad who quite famous for various things, not just football, saying, this is Magnus, a quote, "I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble," end quote, from Magnus Carlsen. Other big names in the sport declared Neiman's play suspicious. The suspicions were raised further when Neiman admitted to cheating twice previously. So, by his own admission, he has some form. Chess.com issued a statement that it had banned Neiman from its site over his alleged cheating. Chess enthusiasts online have since gone on to speculate that Neiman may have been cheating with computer assistance and anal beads. I'm still somewhat at a loss for how this all ties together. So let's dig for. Sorry, let's look further, shall we? This is the tweet from Magnus Carlsen on the Twitter sphere, of which we are also beloved, because that's where all discourse happens. I've withdrawn, we read this basically, but this is the tweet, you can see it there. I've withdrawn from the tournament. I've always enjoyed playing at the STL Chess Club and hope to be back in the future. And then he has that little reference there to Jose Mourinho. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. That's what he said in one of his little interviews. Jose, who was known to court some controversy here and there by his statements and sometimes outbursts. Right, currently obsessed with the notion that Hans Neiman has been cheating at the Cinco Field Cup chess tournament using wireless anal beads that vibrate him the correct moves. All right, I'm getting okay. All right, I see how this could be a thing. All right.
I hid this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass 2 years.
This is not a direction I ever thought chess would be veering. But as I said, the world is an increasingly lunacy and weirdness filled place. So he had these particular items, one would assume strategically placed, and he was getting they reckon he was getting some kind of shocks or something, I don't know. Let's read on. As the chess world debated whether it was possible to cheat in chess with vibrating anal beads, who knew that was a thing? Twitter's favourite troublemaker, Elon Musk, good man Elon, not a lad to miss a good story, joined in on the debate. The Tesla CEO reacted to a clip shared by another Twitter user which showed someone discussing the possibility of anal beads being used. Right, okay, there's Elon there. Tesla CEO Elon waded into the debate before deleting his tweet. I probably thought it was bridged too far. Right, that's probably a good one, right? An anal bead would probably beat the engine. I don't know, I really don't know, said the person in the video. Musk reacted to the video with an adapted version of a quote from philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer. He tweeted, quote, "Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see." In brackets, because it's in your butt. Elon, he's a bit of a wag. He's a bit of a wag, that he. No, usually if it's placed there, nobody can see it. That's the whole point. Right, and Hans Neiman, this is the man at the centre of this particular firestorm of kinkiness. Hans Neiman, he tweeted out, "The silence of my critics clearly speaks for itself. If there was any real evidence, why not show it?" At GM Hikaru is another top-class player. I believe he's up there with Magnus Carlsen, from my limited knowledge of the whole thing. Has continued to completely ignore my interview and is trying to sweep everything under the rug. Is anyone going to take accountability for the damage they have done? This is Hans Neiman, the guy supposedly with the advantage. Chess fans speculated that anal beads could transmit messages from an accomplice who was watching the game being broadcast live online and consult an AI to transmit the perfect move. However, it's unclear if Neiman could be beating the tournament's anti-cheating precautions, which include a 15-minute delay in the broadcast and radio frequency identification checks. So they kind of are on the ball here. They are wise to the possibility of some chicanery. Apart from the ridiculous anal beads story, people suspect that Neiman had got his hands on Carlsen's game plan ahead of time, thereby anticipating a surprise opening. Well, that's also possible. You don't know. It might not be the anal beads. Anal beads could be being blamed in the wrong here completely. Might not be them at all. Still, it's something to conjure with. What's this here? Who posted this? Who posted this thing here, or what's it from? The joke anal beads theory of chess cheating has been circulating on Reddit. Reddit, another cesspit of nonsense. What's Reddit saying here? This is a Reddit post. Don't know who this is from. The real answer is actually elementary, says Reddit. Magnus cheats. Oh, so Magnus is cheating now. Removed awarded comment in our chess. But this was a comment that somebody put up, and it was probably nuked from orbit immediately. See, that's it. Reddit, people are just spewing nonsense, kind of like Twitter, but worse. Let's read what this deleted Reddit thing had to say. Maybe it'll shine some light where light doesn't shine. Magnus cheats, says Reddit. He's always had anal beads up his butt, maybe for the past 10 years. Okay, that's not pulling your punches there, Redditor. That's how he's been dominating the entire field of players. There was a slight dip during the time he played Kurana, because he was so drunk he couldn't feel the he couldn't feel the vibrations well and ended up losing a game, because I suppose when you're drunk you lose sensitivity everywhere. So Reddit says his team decided to turn up the vibrations to max, and that's no, we have it. Oh, this is furthering the discourse. They turned up the vibrations to max, and that's how he survived the encounter, because it was just his ass was on fire. His ass was on fire by the end of, he must have had to go to emergency ward after that. Recently, this is not helping matters, I think, here. Recently, this is, again, I'm telling you, this is Reddit. It's a terrible place. Recently, Magnus realized the anal bead supercomputer design he designed this, created had been stolen. Alright, so his master plan with the whole anal bead thing which is, according to this Redditor here, completely spurious Redditor, that's the secret of his whole success in the game. Yeah. Oh, it'd been stolen by this other chap who thought, I'll get in on a bit of that. Of course, according to Reddit here, of course, he couldn't come clean about cheating. Really? Couldn't come clean about really disappearing down a rabbit. Just gets worse, doesn't it? Keeps getting worse. So he drummed up the excuse of being bored so he wouldn't lose the World Championships to Nepo, who he suspects to have stolen the anal bead design after being humiliated in their prior contest. Magnus's suspicions were further evidenced by Nepo's performance during the candidates. As Gotham Chess said, however, success is addictive, and Magnus decided to aim for 2,900 before retiring for good. I don't understand that, to be quite honest. Little did he know the real thief was the cocky supervillain Hans. This is Hans Nebelbaum, or whatever his name is. Hans employed the anal bead tactic. Lads, it's a lot of this is. No, I don't know. If you getting anything out of this, because I'm not. Part of me is. I think part of my brain is just dying. Sorry about this, Magnus. This is. I'm sorry. We're it. This is Alex Jones territory here. Little did he know the real thief was the cocky super villain Hans Nebelbaum, or Needlemeyer, or whatever his name is. Being new to the device, he was just new to it. He was just trying it out. He was just jumping in there. However, Hans didn't know that the signals he sent from his beads interfered with Magnus's device, so they were all in on it. Magnus feels unprompted vibrations on his prostate and realizes Hans stole the. No. Oops. Jesus. Stockfish, but couldn't use his own to retaliate. Listen, it was just a battle of bloody anal beads, as far as I can see. No. Afterwards, Magnus withdrew from the tournament, but not before putting out a vague tweet while everybody interpreted Stop it. Case solved. Edit, I typed this in the shower, then proceed to pass out. Thanks for the gold. See, Reddit, disaster. You're on Reddit. I don't know what to tell you. You're reading stuff like that all day. You couldn't be right. Let's get back the Metro. Let's get back to some sense of normality, of sanity. Right. Neiman has vehemently denied that he cheated against Carlson, and even went so far as to say that he would play fully naked to prove it. Other explosive defense. Well, I don't. Okay, but if it's up your, I don't know if being naked would really solve the problem. Maybe it would. Don't know. Not really an expert in that whole thing. Called the allegations a witch hunt. That's what Neiman said. Neiman said it was a witch hunt. You're all after me just because I beat the top dog and I wasn't supposed to. That's what Neiman is saying. You're all on my case after that. It'll be shit. Among the 10 players participating in the Cinco Field Cup, Neiman was the lowest rated and the least likely to beat it. The least likely to defeat the world champion, who was on a 2-year unbeaten streak. So he was fairly rocking, was Carlson. He was on top of his game. He was taking on all comers and he was beating on all comers till this whole thing seems to have erupted. Right. While we might not know if anal beads are a liability to the integrity of chess, advances in material science and artificial intelligence could mean checking for ingenious inventions like smart clothes. There's a thing. You can do that now with your shirt that transmit messages through the fabric. All right, okay, you didn't see that coming. Come on, you didn't, really. You couldn't have seen that coming. Nobody could have seen that coming. But this is the thing. This is in the modern age, in the modern era, for all sports, because sports by nature, and that goes for physical sports, it goes for the cerebral sports, where everything is highly competitive, and the minutest detail can give one player the edge over the other player. So you're talking in absolute tiny little fractious little tweaks, and that could be, as they say, okay, it could be anal beads. I just look, anything's possible. Came out tomorrow and it was proven to be true, I'd say modern day you'll have that, but I don't think so. They're at the stage now where we have such nanotechnology that literally they can get the fibres in your jacket or your shirt or your hat or your sunglasses or your glasses, whatever, to tweak, to just twitch a bit. I mean, that's what they're at. So it's a real cat and mouse game now. Like a few years ago, you'll all remember with the sports thing in the Olympics, there was all this doping thing, the Tour de France issues. The problem for those sports, and still is a problem, was this whole doping thing. You know, people switching blood for different blood. They're same blood, but blood from a different altitude and all that sort of stuff. So they're constantly trying to play cat and mouse with the cheaters, and that isn't just, as you can see from this article here, it's not just about the runners and the cyclists and the football players. It's also about the chess players now, and I assume the tiddlywinks players and all of that. So, what do you think of that? I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see where that goes. I don't know if that chap went on to win any more games, or maybe he won the whole thing. Is he the new man to beat this Neiman? He's kind of come out of the shadows. He's just kind of, he's a dragon slayer. He's the giant slayer at the moment. Whether or not that has anything to do with what is inserted in his rectum, as far as I'm concerned, the jury is still out on that one.